spring 2021. Right now it is, not on my watch, but it is fall of 2025. I'm going back and getting caught up on seasonal recaps for you folks in the future, just to give you an idea. A simplified little short video about what was happening that season, what were some of the standout things, so we can keep track. I've got records. My uncle has records back to 2003 and earlier, and has extrapolated back to the 40s. So we can, so 80 years or so. So I'll be going over those in the next few years. But let's get started on this. So this is, I think we put one out in fall 2021 or 2020, winter in 2021. So we're on spring 2021. Ugh. Anyway, I had 2 sips of beer so that my tongue starts to get tied. Before we get started, as always, I'd like to thank the First Nations, the First Peoples of this land. In honor of spring, I'd also like to acknowledge the elements, the spirits and beings of spring that are with us each year to teach the lessons, to return to this land and show us your bounty. Spring for me is all about the waning of the water, the arrival of light, the creation of earth, and new wind, new air blowing through, all coming together in this beautiful rebirth, a time of awakening. To honor the spirits of awakening, the returning of the birds and the bees and the plants from the earth, using all that water and light together to come forth. It is such a creation time of year and new beginnings. So to honor those, I know we are on the opposite side of the year calendar, but to remember and honor each time the value of those lessons. So spring 2021, I believe there is still much COVID in the air and much uncertainty. But, so here we are. Once again, spring comes gradually through March as winter is slow to let go. Not that it's particularly cold, but consistently coolish temps throughout of March with no standout spring days and plenty of frosty mornings has us wanting for some warmth. Late February's dry trend continues through March and into April with a predominantly cool west-northwest to northwest flow as high pressure from Gulf of Alaska alternates with cold lows from the Bering and Aleutian moving into offshore waters. This dry weather would be more of a concern if it not for the strong snowpack from a December-January onslaught of Pacific storms. As we move into the mid-10 of April, we see a shift in the pattern as high pressure ridging sets up in a southwest to northwest line across south coast and into BC interior. The whole Pacific Northwest and BC are in sun that starts out cool and even frosty, but by mid-March we're into summer days and record temperatures and a stretch of April weather never before seen, lasting a week. I remember this. This was like 5 summer days. As we move into the last week of April, that was mid-April, I think, yeah. Temperatures cool and cloud showers move in from the west, intermixed with drier, clear weather. This sort of spring-like westerly flow continues into early May, eventually bringing in a mid-month upper low and a stronger ridge before west flow continues later in the month. Still dry though. May ends and June begins with near heat wave temperatures as strong ridging builds up. How did we get into May? Oh yeah, that was into early May, eventually bringing a mid-month upper low. Yes. May ends and June begins with near heat wave temperatures as strong ridging builds up from the U.S. West Coast. However, soon we're back into spring weather right through the end of the month as upper lows hang around the Pacific Northwest as the dominant weather makers, making up some of the precip we missed in the spring. By mid-June, however, the switch is on as summer arrives with a vengeance. And so we'll get into the summer of 2021, but I do remember that spring. We had 12 summer days. and the driest on record for springs. Wow. Driest on record. So look back over some of the stats there. Yeah, that's 2021, spring 2021, and we will return with summer of 2021 soon. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you're doing well out there in the future. Heart goes out with love from the present. Cheers. And may the forecast be with you.